See you then you not fi wait. No take no chance, let nothing fi resuscitate. And all who see and blind me.
I think we have Spragga Benz on the line. Spragga Benz, you there?
Yeah man, there man.
Lord Jesus. From me hear the voice, me know a Spragga Benz. Hearing that voice, you know a Spragga Benz. Me can hear a slogan for make the listeners.
Shut down! You know that Spragga Benz live in town.
Spragga Benz, what's going on, man?
Just there I go and work from music team, you know. Put out a new album on Monday.
So it's coming this Monday, which is September the 28th.
Yes, that's correct. And it's called The Journey Chosen.
The Journey Chosen. Why that name, Spragga Benz?
It's life, you know. And you just have to make the choices. Or else you're just going to drift away like a piece of board on the ocean. So you have to choose to swim. You know? So this is the me choosing music in my life to take me forward away from other, you know, elements. And portraying that journey through my music. And putting, you know, some of the things that I learned along the way into the songs that I presented.
You see, I was telling the listeners earlier, Spragga Benz, that you've been around for almost 3 to 4 decades of reggae music.
Yeah.
And not one day one of these kids would even mess around by saying dinosaur. They tried it with a lot of these entertainers and try to put them in a box and say, hey, your guys are dinosaur and you know, but they never tried it with Spragga Benz. You're an exception to that. What makes you and what you think makes you stand out?
Well, I wouldn't know how to answer a question like that, you know, because just like any one of them that do music, I too love music, you know, and I want to do it every day, all day, just as much as I can. So, you know, if that's what makes you a dinosaur, I guess we all are dinosaurs.
If that's what makes you a dinosaur.
Kind of matter how long you love music. You love music from before me, I sing music.
Yeah. Is this album in memory of your son, Carly?
It's in honor of him. The track, the number 11, Never Leave. That track is in honor of Carly. But the whole album is, as I explained before, you know, is a collection of the tracks. But there's a title, there's number 11, that Never Leave. That was the first track that we worked on. You know, that started off the album itself. You know? So you could say that was the spark that lit the fire. LMR, he had the rhythm sitting for about 10 years.
LMR had the rhythm sitting for about 10 years?
Yeah. You know, and we were talking, and then he played it for me and told me that, you know, that was what he really wanted to do with the rhythm. And we made the song, and then when we made the song, you know, and we're playing the song for some people, and you know, the whole vibe just grew from there, and we just decided to, you know, pursue our whole album together.
Is this your third or fourth album?
This?
Yes.
No, more than that. Probably about my 7th or so album.
About 7? I'm missing out.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm definitely missing out. I'm thinking number 4 or so. But you're 7-1.
Yeah. Probably counting even 2 mixtapes within it, you know?
Wow. You see, I've growing up listening to Spragga Benz, say, yes, Spragga Benz are my artist, and, you know, one of the first set of artists too that actually crossed over into international waters. And how did you make that transition of crossing over into international waters? How do you break that solid ground? There's a lot of artists is trying to make that transition to international water.
I never do nothing, you know.
Other than music.
Other than music. Music, I be myself really. And you know, things just gravitate and navigate the way it did.
You venture off into acting. How did that come about?
They approached me with a script set, he approached my manager at the time, Chuck Higgins, and told him that him have an idea for a script and wanted me to play a role. So, Chuck gave me the script and I read it and, enjoy what I see. I said, okay, this looks like something worthwhile. And it became what it is today.
Spragga Benz played Wayne in Top Shotters, a rude boy persona. And everybody's saying, man, Spragga Benz played this part too good. He must be a bad boy.
Like anybody else in the street, you do what you have to do for it to survive,
Mm-hmm.
So that is not badness.
It's not.
I wouldn't consider myself a badness, no.
My boy can't different in one, because a boy can't play Dolly Houses with me, girl. Spragga Benz. Listeners, if you're out there just logging on, we're talking to Spragga Benz right now, and we're talking about the whole journey of his new album, The Journey Chosen. How many tracks on that album there, Spragga Benz?
We have 11 tracks on the album.
11 tracks.
Yeah, 5 collaborations and 6 solo songs.
I was told that on that album, you're actually bringing back, is it dancehall or reggae?
Well, none of them never gone, But, my whole brand of it is not so prevalent nowadays. So, I just represent for the 90s and for my era that I came into the music. So, it's a mixture of reggae and dancehall. But it's more up-tempo type of reggae.
Mm-hmm.
A song like, like Non-Stop Praises, or a song like Guide My Life, Nice up-tempo, one-drop reggae music then there. And then you have a track with Jazeel, At My Door, which is kind of the transition right there between reggae and dancehall now.
Mm-hmm.
Where with him as police in LA capture,
Yeah.
And it transcends from there so in a kind of a reggae dancehall. So it's not bringing back none of them, it's just enhancing it and supplying it for the people of my era who now get enough of it right now on a high quality level.
You put in some water in it, try to keep it, preserve it.
Yeah, keep the energy preserved, give them something fresh. So we can't go back to the 90s, 90s gone already,
Okay, and that's the question I'm coming up with.
Yeah, we still have to move forward, but we still have to maintain some of the essence of that era that made it what it was because it stand out. So, me and Cranium have a collab on the album that, the rhythm, from the ear, the rhythm, whoever was a part of that can remember, say, yeah, that's my time, yeah, just from the beat, but it's still a nowadays thinker. Me and Conscience. Sorry, not Cranium, me and Conscience.
You're Conscience.
Yeah.
You, as I said, you're a year-to-year DJ, and growing up with the dancehall and the reggae fuse, and 2018, 2019 have that new sound, and because you're an artist that move with the decade, are you sounding like you're interested in this new sound as well?
I am interested in that new sound, but it wasn't for this album. Probably the album before with Chillagan, we experimented with all kind of new sounds and Chillagan. But as far as the new age dancehall, yeah, we have interest in that field as well. But still music. Still music.
An inquiry in one of your songs in specific, Differ.
Yeah.
The song is actually different, for real, and the lyrics is actually differ. I know with some artists, they'll take a day to write a song. How much work did you have to put in that specific song, Spragga Benz? Because the song is actually, you're speaking a different language.
That specific song, you have songs that come all different type of ways. And that specific song, it really just came freely. You know, I went into the studio and we didn't really know what we was gonna do yet.
So it's when you got to the studio you heard the instrumental.
Yeah, Sadler T played the instrumental and I said, yo, this is mad. Like he play another one after that and I said, no, go back to that first one. The first one is big. Yeah. And then, you know, like right away, like I said, I want a different. And it differ. Because we're in a London. I made it in London. So because of the whole difference in the Cockney accent.
Yeah.
You know, and we come upstairs and they say we're going into the lift. And me I look for the lift, either a taxi come for it or something. But no, actually I go up in an elevator. So it just was a different in language over there. I just utilize that and saying lift and it's different. You know, start to talk the English twang and the whole idea just started to come to me and I say, okay, let's go on there. I think I have something. And you know, probably about an hour.
Man.
Less than that. Yeah.
Lyrics was just flowing.
Yeah, because we were making fun of the whole Cockney vibe. For a knicker and you know stuff like that. People talk.
I'll play that song after. Talk about the album.
Yeah.
Doing a research, I was told again, the album wasn't been in the making since 2018. Am I correct?
Yeah. Around that time. Because I was working on this album when I went over to London. Like for about 2 months, and while I was in London, that's when I made Chillagan. So I actually released Chillagan before I finished the Journey Chosen, and then I came back over and finished up with it in last year, 2019, to this year, and it's out now.
What made you choose a time like this to release your album when the whole pandemic thing is in effect? You know, some artists would say, man, I'm not doing this, man, I'm gonna wait. But you have the heart to say, you know what, I'm just gonna drop it right now. Whatever happened, because in some part of the world you still can't go on tour. And I know when this album drop, it's gonna be a tour album. Are you like, you didn't get scared or afraid to say, you know, when by the time, I don't know when they're gonna open back the world again, and by the time, no?
Right now, I get ready for start work on the next album, for drop the next album next year.
That's
next year, September, October again. Yeah, I don't mind that we can't get to go there and perform it to them yet. I guess ways will come up, avenues will present themselves that we can, hologram or something.
Spragga Benz.
Technology will move away nowadays, so anything can happen. But in the meantime, we just want to consistently feed my fans with music.
So, you growing up in the business, Spragga, and I'm watching all the old tapes with Spragga Benz, and it just looked like an artist that was born on stage, just ready to perform. With you knowing your art on stage versus these 2020 artists, are they approachable? Can you approach them in a way to say, dude, you can't turn your back on stage when you're performing and the people come first? Are they approachable, these new artists, for a veteran like you?
Well, the ones that I have worked with, I find them to be approachable. The ones that I can't talk for the whole of them, I just have a couple of them I work with, and if one of them should come to me sometimes and ask me what I think about them, watch my show, father, and tell me what you think. I might watch it for myself because I like the voice of the artist and tell him, say, yo, hear me now, X, Y, Z, and and say, yeah, father, give thanks. And yeah, they never violate and say, hey, no, you're not now, right?
Yes, because
I don't have that problem with the younger generation.
And a lot of veteran artists is they're running into that problem. I spoke to some and they're saying, yo, these men is like, they're saying, no, man can't tell me nothing. We do our thing different. You never had that problem, and that's good.
I guess it comes down to how you approach somebody. I guess, whatever the situation might be at the moment, I'm not sure. But for me, speaking personally, I've encountered that.
Spragga Benz, have you ever count how many number one you had worldwide?
No, not many, but number one songs to me don't really constitute what I might say on the chart officially. I haven't had many chart number ones, but I have had a lot of songs that the people love throughout the years.
You never had trying to run the business, the dancehall industry, the reggae business. And for me, that says a lot. You I would have said you're a laid back artist. What makes Spragga Benz so laid back?
It's not that I'm being laid back, because I really put in a lot of work, but it's that I try to find myself in a pace that I can manage.
Not too slow, not too fast.
20 album a year, No, I work at my pace. And see, still I present music for the fans them, so them can look out for it. Spragga present more music for them in the future. Next year, them will look at another album to and all that. So keep up with me, because music me do.
Signing wise, Spragga Benz, are you on a label now, or are you just independent doing your thing?
Red Square.
Red Square.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
When you first came out, were you signed to a label, or you were just on just labels, just doing your thing back in the days?
Red Square, Spragga Benz music from the beginning, and I signed to Capitol Records for in 1996, 1995, 96, and then from then on, I haven't signed with anybody else since then. Just been Red Square Production.
How was that, signing with Capitol?
I work with some people, I work with other labels, but not signed to them.
How was that, Spragga Benz, and working with Capitol?
It was a good experience for me as a new artist, because at the time I just came into music. It was about 1994 that they signed me, and I just came into music like 1992. So, I didn't know anything about even local music, much less international music. The business of it. So, Capitol was a good experience for me. Tell me, show me how to, work in collaboration with other artists to try and get involved in their genre of music as well. By how would I do tracks with Benny King and artists like that. And they show me what it was. Have a machine behind you to promote your music. You have to get up every day, you have to go to the radio stations when you're promoting, you have to do your jingles for like 150, jingles for the day, and you come back tomorrow and you do that again, because you have to do for Hawaii, you have to do for Africa, you have to do,
Yeah.
Them show you the magnitude of work for an artist.
Whoa.
For me, being just a DJ now, say, there's much more we could have been doing out there on a big label. So we doing this as our independent Spragga Benz Red Square production, and I'm nothing to do it.
Wow.
We mind open to it because I've been introduced to the big label type of approach.
Wow. Spragga Benz, how do you take and nurture a small artist under your wings? Is it because you like the sound, or you like the artist's work persona because they work hard? Because sometimes you just don't like the sound, but this artist just work hard. How do you choose your artist, your young artist?
It's kind of a mixture of both. Sometimes you might have a sound and you like the sound, and sometimes you just have an attitude and you like the attitude. Because sometimes it's work attitude go further than talent.
Yeah.
So, but them have to have lyrics. Them have to can make a song. So, and them have to, from there we try to, tell them the things that they need to do. You need to exercise you need to, you need to write in your book. Write their lyrics, write in.
Yes.
Transfer it back to your mind. Stuff like that, and give them whatever pointers they ask for.
Yes. This is always not something good to talk about, but we got to talk about it. Your faith.
Yeah.
Rastafarian. Everybody used to see Spragga Benz as you know, with some of the sickest fades, and then Spragga Benz just like gradually just like, you say, what? Spragga Benz a Rasta man. Put on the covenant. You hit the fade. What was that for you, the journey?
That's a part of the whole journey as well, you know?
It's a part of the
yeah, that's a part of the whole transition of me, but it's no real change of me because I am still me. You know? Nothing changed about me. Spragga Benz was the only thing that look like myself. Grow my ear.
A lion, the real lion.
Just the real me that I present to the world instead of doing what I don't feel like though, which is fuck a barber. Or eating what I don't feel like eat. It don't make me feel good to eat certain things.
Wow.
You know? And them things that just fit in with Rastafari way of life.
Wow. You know, last question our fans is asking us. Because the death of Louis Rankin, and everybody was told that there's going to be a Shatta Part 2, and we see a little advertisement going out, look like a Shatta is about to come out. Is there something in the making, or you can't talk about that?
Well, we're going to talk about everything so far. The situation with that is, from the beginning, after the movie came out, there was conflict between some of the people who claim ownership of the rights. So because of that conflict, then the court for a good while couldn't come to an agreement, and nobody couldn't do nothing like make a part 2, a sequel, no nothing at all. So last year, about a year and a half, 2 years ago, them resolved the case, and then them gonna try to get back the cast together. And, you know,
so we definitely
can kind of break out from there. I don't really hear them back from there, and then Louis passed away. And you know, because they started to make a Shatta's TV series.
Yeah.
And we did a couple of them. I don't know if Louis get to come do it, but me and Kimani definitely we did a couple of episodes. But as much as court always entangle up things when black people start succeed.
Wow.
That just causes the demise of the whole thing.
Always a pain, man. Court is never good. You know, it's always better to settle it down and everybody just come to the table and just work it in agreement.
Yeah, man, and share.
And share.
Yeah, man.
Okay, talk more about the album now.
Yeah.
The Journey Chosen. Where can we get this album, Spragga Benz?
Well, the album's supposed to come out on Monday at all the digital platforms.
The Amazon, the Spotify, the Apple.
Yeah. It's supposed to be on all of them, available at all of them on Monday. And then, you know, them I gonna have some where I gonna just be a gift because I don't think I'm gonna make the physical copies. But some people, you know, I go win them as gifts and so on, prizes and so on. You know, signed autograph copies of it. So that's going to be for them collectors item of the album for now. So right now, I just strictly digital. And it's going to be at all digital platforms.
All digital platform. And at what cost?
At what cost?
Yes.
$9.99.
That's cheap. That's cheap.
11 mad Spragga Benz song. All of them talk to me.
Okay, so we want a physical copy for this radio station autograph.
Alright. Well, we'll discuss further upon it.
We're going to discuss further upon that, Spragga Benz. The fans also could do pre-ordering, so they don't have to wait until Monday.
Correct. You can go online right now and, you know, go even to my IG page, Spragga Benz number 3, and it's in the bio. I think it's on my Twitter page, Spragga Benz number 3, in the bio just as well. I go to Amazon or iTunes. It's supposed to be out there now.
It's
right now.
Yeah, we tried. Shelly,
Yeah.
Shelly went
You know,
online.
sometimes different zones have different, different rules according to the internet and can access certain things yet,
Yes.
But it's out there.
Shelly was complaining to me 2 days ago. She said, "I bought the album,
Yeah.
but I can't listen. I can't listen to it. What am I doing
Monday.
wrong?"
Monday. Just to say, yo, you are one of the first, and you have when she can send in her proof of purchase and be eligible for win one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
for real.
definitely. Yeah.
Spragga Benz, how are you coping right now in this COVID?
Just into it and being mindful of what's happening, taking precautions, but I'm not too deep into it.
You're not too deep into it, like myself.
No. Yeah.
You're
Taking precautions, as normal.
You're following the hand sanitize, because the hand sanitizer now is like a dry hand season. Everywhere you go now, you have to hand sanitize. I know you're not deep into it, but are you a part of that?
No,
No.
honestly. No. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Sanitizers, yeah, from time to time, but me not mad every minute I sanitize. No.
Yeah. Likewise myself, when I can catch myself doing little hand sanitizing, I do it. But some people walking with it like a key ring, right?
Yeah.
And everything.
I guess when you're out more and you're interacting with the public more, then you need it more also. But for me, when I do go out, it's reasonable. It's not overdone. And my mask can stay upon my face. If I'm going out somewhere that requires me to have it on, okay, yeah, me slip it on. But when I come out, that's coming right off. I'm not styling myself.
For real. Spragga Benz.
I mean, not nobody who do. It is what it is.
Spragga Benz, it was nice talking to you. We bought the album. We just have wait until Monday so we can listen to it.
Yeah, I love it, man.
So we're just there. I anticipate September the 28th, and we're sending our fans to go get it. It's in all digital store. The Spotify, the Amazon, the Apple, and if you're following Spragga Benz on Instagram, the link is in his bio. You could definitely go get it right there. Spragga Benz, big up yourself. It was nice chatting with you.
My pleasure, brother.
Big up yourself.
Much respect to you. Yeah, man. Anna.
What good?
Sit alongside of the man and turn on them phones, press send. I make the man in my ear, everything with the youth, I say I'm come back and eat the youth food. I tell them boy, you're wicked in a day.
Yeah, we were just talking to Spragga Benz.
Think enough man get fit up a phone. I inform, I tell them when you're not at home. But chatting
Talking about his new album coming out September the 28th, which is this Monday.
chat away all the black and chrome. Make us find it and the stash ready for drop a
A year-to-year DJ, man.
soft like a pack of phone. Hungry tongue flush.
What you gonna do?
If you drop a bone, because them love
Go get the album
drop a tone. Them get quiet, you can use.
on all digital platforms.
But them for know anyway me.
Spragga Benz also say you could go on his Instagram and go for the link in his bio.
Yeah, do it first. That a shot.
$9.99.
Never fear school fears and the bag of pose. I know I try call shots so that a lot of
This album has been in the making for 2 years,
close. It no matter who I want.
and it's finally here.
When I roll from your love talk, so you feel drop no. So
Reggae dancehall.
where I win, I roll from your inform, so you
He's saying
I why. Where I win,
he's just watering the plants,
you feel drop.
preserving the music.
I why. Where I win, I roll from your inform.
He said he's not ready for the new sound,
Enough man get to rush a beat.
but he likes it.
Watch a position in a
He will be doing it,
fling in a car chunk.
but not for this album.
Until you stop and feel something cold touch your face. Next score, 8 years, a link, bust a case. And